Hello and welcome to English Podcast Island, the place where we learn to speak English with confidence and joy. I'm Sarah, your host and teacher. I am so happy you are here with me today on our beautiful island of learning. Today, we are going to explore a very important topic for every traveler. We are going to learn how to use public transport in English. It is going to be fun. By the end of this episode, you will know how to use key phrases for buses, trains, streetcars, and even monorails. You will master these words in real conversations so you can travel anywhere in the world. But before we start, I have a secret for you. Don't panic if you don't know every word. It's okay. You don't have to understand 100% the first time. Just relax and let the words flow. We are learning step by step, and you are doing a great job already. Take a deep breath. Feel the fresh air of the island. Now, I want you to use your imagination. Imagine this. You are standing in the middle of a very big, busy city. It is a sunny morning, and you can smell the aroma of fresh coffee from a nearby cafe. You hear the loud honk-honk of the yellow taxis. You look at your phone and realize you are late for a meeting with a friend. You need to get to the other side of the city quickly. You see a large sign that says Central Station. You walk inside and the station is huge. You hear the sound of hundreds of feet walking on the marble floor. You feel a little bit nervous because there are so many screens and platforms, but don't worry. You walk toward the ticket office. There is a kind worker behind the glass. You say, "Hello, I'd like a one-way ticket to West Cark, please." The worker smiles and asks if you want a return ticket. You say, "No, just a single, thank you." If there's a word you don't know so far, don't worry. Just leave a comment below and I will explain it for you personally. I love helping you. After you bought your ticket, you looked at the big blue screen. You looked for your train. The screen said, West Park, Platform 4, departing in 5 minutes. You ran quickly because you didn't want to miss it. You found the platform and saw the silver train arriving. The doors opened with a soft hiss sound. You stepped inside and found a comfortable seat near the window. The train started moving. As the train moved, you looked out the window. You saw tall buildings and green parks passing by. Suddenly, a voice on the speaker said, "The next stop is Riverside." You realized this was not your stop. You sat back and relaxed. Public transport is great because you can look at the city without driving. It was a very peaceful moment in the middle of a busy day. You felt very proud. Before we continue our journey, make sure to subscribe to English Podcast Island so you never miss our daily lessons. We want to grow our island family together. Now, imagine you are in a different place. Imagine you are in the city of Toronto, Canada. You see a long red vehicle moving on tracks in the middle of the street. This is a streetcar. You hear the ding-dong of its bell as it moves through the traffic. You waited at the stop on the island in the middle of the road. When the streetcar stopped, you boarded through the middle doors. You used your Presto card to pay. The streetcar moved slowly because there were many cars and people around. It felt like you were part of the heartbeat of the city. You watched the historic buildings of Toronto go by. It was a very different feeling from the fast train. Now, let's fly to Paris, France. The air smells like fresh bread and rain on the pavement. You want to go to a museum, so you look for the metro sign. It is an underground train system. You walked down the stairs into the cool, dark tunnel. You bought a pack of tickets from a machine. You put the small ticket into the gate, and it popped out on the other side. You waited on the platform. You heard the wind blowing through the tunnel before the train arrived. When the metro came, it was very crowded, but you found a place to stand. You held the metal pole tightly. "Attention," the voice said, and the doors closed. The train moved fast under the city streets. It was exciting because you could feel the speed. Finally, you got off at your stop. But wait, you saw a funicular. This is a special train that goes up a very steep hill. You used your metro ticket again. The funicular climbed up slowly. As you went higher, you saw the whole city of Paris below you. It was beautiful. You could see the Eiffel Tower far away. Learning English helps you find these amazing places. You felt like a real explorer. Now, let's travel across the world to Japan. Imagine you are high above the ground. You are waiting for the monorail. The monorail looks very futuristic. It travels on a single rail, high in the air. When it arrived, it was very quiet. You sat right at the front and felt like you were flying over the ocean and the city buildings. Everything was very clean and everyone was very polite. The monorail arrived at Haneda Airport. You stepped off the train and walked toward the exit. But your journey was not finished yet. You needed to take a bus to reach your final destination because it was a little bit far. You found the bus stop outside. You asked the driver, "Does this bus go to the hotel?" The driver nodded and said, "Yes, hop on." You tapped your card on the reader. It made a beep sound. You sat down and watched the people on the street. Finally, you arrived. You pressed the red button to stop the bus. Success! You met your friend and told them all about your trip. You used the train, the streetcar, the metro, the funicular, the monorail, and the bus perfectly. You realized that traveling in English is not scary. You felt happy. Now, let's practice some of the sentences we heard in the story. I will say a sentence, and I want you to repeat it out loud during the pause. Are you ready? First sentence. I would like a one-way ticket, please. Second sentence. Where is the streetcar stop? Third sentence. Does the monorail go to the airport? Fourth sentence. I need to tap my card on the reader. I continue to say the rest of the sentences, and you will have your time to repeat them after me during my pause. Fifth sentence. I missed my stop. Where do I get off? Sixth sentence. Is this the right platform for the metro? Seventh sentence. How much is a day pass for the bus? Excellent! You are speaking so clearly. Now, let's have a quick recap of our journey. We learned about different types of transport like the metro, streetcar, and funicular. We used a single ticket for the train and a travel card for the streetcar and bus. We learned that a streetcar moves on the street tracks and a monorail moves high above on one rail. We used the past simple to talk about our adventure, like I waited, I boarded, and I bought. Using public transport is all about reading the signs, listening to announcements, and staying calm even when it is busy. Now, let's look at some important vocabulary from today's lesson. I will say the word, give a definition, and an example. Streetcar, a vehicle that travels on tracks in the middle of city streets. Example, the streetcar in Toronto is very famous. Monorail, a railway that only has one rail, often high above the ground. Example, we took the monorail to the airport in Tokyo. Metro, an underground train system in a city. Example, the Paris metro is very fast and easy to use. Funicular, a small train that goes up and down a steep hill. Example, we took the funicular to the top of the mountain. To board, this means to get on a bus, train, or plane. Example, please board the train now. Next word, to tap. To touch your travel card against a machine to pay. Example, remember to tap your card when you get on the bus. Destination, the place where you are going. Example, what is your final destination? Announcement, information spoken over a loudspeaker. Example, listen to the announcement for the next stop. Ticket machine, a machine where you can buy tickets yourself. Example, I used the ticket machine to buy a Metro pass. Crowded, when there are many people in one place. Example, the bus was very crowded this morning. Transfer, to move from one bus or train to another. Example, I need to transfer to the Green Line. Now, I have 3 quick tips for you. Tip number 1. In busy cities, look for the transfer machine or ask for a transfer ticket. It helps you save money when you change buses. Tip number 2. Always stay behind the yellow line on the platform. It is for your safety. Tip number 3. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You can say, "Excuse me, does this go to the center?" Thank you so much for joining me on English Podcast Island today. I hope you enjoyed our journey through the city streets, underground tunnels, and high above on the monorail. Remember, every small step is a big victory. Keep practicing, keep listening, and I will see you in our next lesson. Have a wonderful, joyful day of learning. Goodbye for now. This is Sarah, signing off from the island.